just like that, the switch has been flipped. Fall is in full effect and everything has started to go dormant. Okay, I'll give them that one. That one kind of has to come through here, so pass on the bus. Time has actually come to put down my next round of the biostimulants in the yard. I'm actually a little late in doing that because of GIE and getting the next project going on the fenced-in concrete pad in the back. So between those things, it's pushed this round back a little ways. But that time has come, so I'm gonna bust out the unicorn sprayer and get to putting down a nice drink of goodies. But it spurred a question that I get a lot, and that is, can you build me a program with your next products for my lawn? So I figured what I would do is just go over a very basic, very simple plan that both warm and cool season lawns can use to get started. The most basic thing that you can do for your lawn if you're just getting started either cool or warm season is use the biostimulant package. That's going to include RGS soil and plant formula, Air8 liquid aeration, humic 12 liquid humic acid, and the 002 microgreen fertilizer. The most basic and easiest thing that you can do with the biostimulant package is simply just 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet of each one of these products in your lawn, whether it's a cool or warm season turf. You're gonna continue to do that throughout the growing season. Now, that's a key point, growing season. If the ground is not frozen, meaning you're not buried with snow and you don't have a sheet of ice covering it, if you can take a screwdriver and fairly easily get that down into the turf, you can still apply humic 12, 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet of that. Just because your grass has gone dormant does not mean the soil has. So why not go ahead and keep things moving and shaking and feeding it with the humic 12 liquid humic acid. Doing that, you'll probably notice that you'll have a quicker spring green up. So like I said, in the off season, if the ground is not frozen, keep hitting it with the humic 12. That brings us to this guy, 1801 GreenePunch. Now I've done a chapter and verse video on this. I'm gonna leave that linked in the description box below and the eye icon at the top of the screen. For your 1801 GreenePunch, either cool or warm season, you're gonna be using it in 4 to 6 week intervals. As far as application rates and your timing of when you should be putting down 1801 GreenePunch, again, go check out that chapter and verse video. I go more in depth there. But I will say this, for cool season lawns, you're gonna be using more 1801 GreenePunch in the early and late fall and spring and less during the summer months. And when winter hits, you're most likely buried in the devil's dandruff, otherwise known as snow. For us warm season folk that have Bermuda and Saint Augustine, we're not gonna be using as much during the spring and fall. Rather, we're gonna be using more during the summer months. So it's flipped from those cool season folk. For zoysia and centipede, the other 2 warm season grass varieties, that's a completely different animal than Bermuda and Saint Augustine. You're gonna be using more in late winter, early spring, and then you're gonna taper off in the early spring through the summer and then bring it back up in late fall, early winter. Now remember, you don't have to memorize any of this. When in doubt, print that PDF out. You can go to the website, greenecountyfert.com/DIY, and print out the application instructions for the biostimulant package, 1801 GreenePunch. If you have a warm or cool season turf, there's application instructions for both of those with those timings and rates that I had previously mentioned. So you can just print those out. You don't have to remember all this. I'll even leave some of it in the description box. Well, I'll leave all of it in the description box below so that you can reference it there as well. And it's really that simple. For the biostimulant package, it's just simply 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet during the growing season. If the ground's not frozen, you can keep using humic 12 through the winter months, November, December, January. And for 1801 GreenePunch, you'll just go by the season appropriate amount of that according to the spec sheet and application instructions, which I'll leave linked below. talk about these two. When it comes to the lawn, the only other two things that you're gonna probably throw into the mix is 700 GreeneEffect and some dethatch. Both of these are gonna be additives to your regular fertility program that I've already mentioned with the biostimulant package and the 1801 GreenePunch. You're primarily gonna be using these during the summer months, the 700 to really just give your yard a nice deep green pop of color, and the dethatch because heat is gonna help dethatch do its job and break down any kind of thatch that you might have going on in the lawn and feed it back down into the soil. For the 700 GreeneEffect, for the warm and cool season turf, you're simply just gonna go 8 ounces per 1,000 square feet of that during the summer months, so June, July, August, maybe even September. On the dethatch, that's gonna be a minimum of 6 ounces per 1,000 square feet and a max of 9. And again, that's gonna be during the summer months as well, June, July, August, possibly even September, like the 700 GreeneEffect. Things might get changed up, switched around, taken out, but that is the blueprint. That is the starting point when it comes to using the N-Ext products. You might have to change it up a little bit, like if you have extreme cases, like what I had in here in Georgia this past summer. It was just drought like crazy, heat was insane, and I just wasn't pounding the ground with nitrogen. I made a video on that and what I did to switch up my program and get my yard through that tough time, so I'll leave that in the description box below or the eye icon at the top. The other situation I had where I had to kind of tweak my program was the thin spots in my front yard. I had to double down on my RGS and my humic 12, rotating between those two every other week, simply 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet. Again, I did a video on that, description box below, or the eye icon at the top if you want to go back and watch that one. That's it. There's the nuts and bolts of using the N-Ext products in your lawn if you're just getting started. So I've got to bust these out, put them into the unicorn sprayer and get to spraying the lawn, but I'm not going to shoot all that. I figured take a break from the spraying montages for a little bit. I mean, how many times can you guys seriously watch me spray my yard? That's the... We'll take a break. Next week, I should be able to give you a good update on the next project in the back, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you've clicked on that bell to get notified when I do upload videos so you don't miss all the fun and excitement that's going on back there. Don't forget about the shirts and the swag and all that fun stuff in the N-Ext shop. I'll leave that linked in the description box below. And yeah, hit the thumbs up if you like this video, share it out to all your friends, neighbors, loved ones, all that good social media jazz. Keep on keeping on, my lawn care brothers and sisters, for other misters, and I will catch you next time.